What's good, my people? What's good, my people? I'm Big Tone, one half of the Chronic OGs podcast. Today's topic is I had one of my players. For those that don't know, I've coached AAU, middle school, high school, train, and name it, administration. Ran an AAU team when it comes to basketball. So I've done all of that stuff for the past 25 years. Even at a semi-pro level, I've coached. So I have a lot of players that come back to me, players that are actually playing professional somewhere across the globe, or players that aren't even playing ball no more. I have a lot of players that reach out to me. So I had a player reach out to me this morning and ask me, Coach, I have to write a paper. And this kind of touches me. He's in college and he says, Coach, I have to write a paper on an inspirational person. And then I have to reenact this person. And I'm like, okay, well, why you hollering that? Why you hollering at the old ball coach? He said, Coach, do you mind if you be my subject? And I was shocked. I asked him why. He said, Coach, besides my mom, you're the most inspirational person I know. And it just, excuse my language, just fucked my heart up. It just, in a good way. Like, it was, to have a kid say that to you, knowing that he got family members, friends, uncles, all this other stuff, other coaches he's had, and to say that about me, made me feel really good. And of course, nosy ass Tony, I asked, well, why you say that? He said, Coach, you always in the end, no matter how upset you were with us, you always let us know why you was upset, what we needed to do to fix it. And at the end, you always talked about unity and bringing people together. So it made me think. So I woke up this morning, I get, me and him going back and forth on text message. I get this text message, I'm in tears in a good way. So now I sit up and I'm thinking, wow. Then he hits me back and says, Coach, why do you coach? And I said, man, look, I'm not going to go back and forth with you on text with that. Call me later. He said, Coach, I'm not going to have time. Do me a favor. The next episode on your podcast, can you post that? So tonight's episode is why I coach. But before I do that, since he had me thinking about unity and stuff like that, I want to start this episode with one of the most inspirational songs I've ever heard in my life, and that's what it talks about. Growing up, boys, from a boy to a man, being unified. So if you don't mind, I'm gonna play this song, and then we're gonna come back and I'll get into why I coach, and we'll go and then we'll end it there. Hold on 1 second. Hey, if I start, I'm the greatest seat dancer ever. So if I start jamming, y'all don't laugh at me. It's all about the lyrics. And my dreams ain't left me, and I got strong eyes, and so tired. And I picked up the pieces and I became my name. So if you ever need any type of inspiration, find that song, Black Men United. Of course, I don't own the rights to that music and all that stuff. So, why do I coach? First thing I want to say is this. So, I want to give a shout out to. First thing I want to say is I want to give a shout out to tonight's episode. Is dedicated to my man Pots and Pans, Charod Spears. Charod Spears had his son, Jaden, at a young age. Charod is my age. He's about to turn 53. And I guess Jaden is about to turn 5 this year. In the last 4.5 years, I've seen Charod become the best fucking father that I've ever met in my life besides my own. In 4.5 years. The way he's raising that young man is amazing, considering the fact that he was damn near 50 when he had the boy and had no parental experience. He didn't have stepkids. He didn't have kids of his own. So I just want to give a shout out and dedicate tonight's episode to my man Pots and Pans, Charod Spears, Oxon Hill, Maryland, Oxon Hill High School class of 1989. I love you, boy. All right, so why do I coach? So the reason I continue to still coach is because I finally realized that how important I am and have been in the basketball community. I've helped over 22, 23 kids go to college at some level or another, whether it was on court or off the court. I have 3 kids in college that I've sent to play college basketball right now. One of them happens to be my son. Shout out AJ Rozier. One of them happens to be a young man by the name of Chance Whitfield. Shout out to Bam Bam. And the other one happens to be a young man by the name of Tony Coley. Shout out TC. 1 junior, 2 freshmen. It's important for guys like myself, Coach Giles out in California, Coach Raj Stewart out in Arizona, Coach Jay Daniels out in Arizona, Coach O Jackson here in the Atlanta area, Coach Rick Hill. I can go on and on and on. It's important for people like us, no matter how frustrated we get with the process and what's going on. I realized this year, coaching middle school, that we can't get frustrated to the point to where we stop. We can't. We have to be there for these young men. So I always tell a story of when I coached in Arizona, coached high school in Arizona, and I had a young man, one of my favorite players ever, by the name of Matt Downey. Matt Downey was a probably 6'3", 6'4", 6'3 and a half, 6'4" white kid in a upper middle class area in Anthem, Arizona. Matt played like a dog. Matt played like he was from South Phoenix. Excuse my language. He didn't give 2 fucks. That white, black shit didn't matter. Where he came from didn't matter. None of that. Matt was nice. Nice. So I had arranged for Matt to have a visit, and I'm sure they was going to offer him at Hawaii Pacific. So Matt called me back and said, "Coach, I think I'm good." And I'm paraphrasing. "Coach, I think I'm good." I said, "Oh, what's going on?" I don't need to play no more. Basketball was just a means to an end. So Matt ended up getting a full academic scholarship to the University of Arizona. He left there, moved to Nashville, and went through physician assistant school. Now Matt is back in Arizona. Him and his beautiful wife Amanda, Matt and Mandy. I believe he's back in Arizona, getting ready to set up shop and start working out there. My point to tell you guys is this. Matt will tell you I was one of the most important people in his life during the time that he knew me. During the time that he played for me, I mean. And that's important to us. We're not going to, a lot of us, not going to make a lot of money from coaching, right? Shit. I coached the past 3 years here in Georgia, and I've made $2,000. But that doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter, because the get back we get is when you go to that basketball game and the high school game, and every kid, no matter if he rolled the pine for you or averaged 20 for you, gotta come over and give you some dap, or want to take a picture with you, or want to introduce you to his girlfriend, or want to introduce you to one of his homies. Like, that's important to them. And I realized this season at the middle school level how important that was to me. Just the kids knowing that, yo, that's my guy right there. I'm sitting over there in that corner, but I see Coach down there in that corner. Hold on, dog. I'll be right back. That's my dude right there. That's what they call the word affirmation. That's all the affirmation I need. And I told myself again, for the past 2 years, I'm done, man. I'm tired. I can't deal with this generation. Some of the parents drive me crazy. Some of the parents think their kid going to the league and the kid is 15. Can they do a left-hand layup? They want to holler at you about playing time after a 1-point loss. I'm done. I just completed my 24th year of coaching. I think I'm going to do a quarter. So I got 1 more year in. That's a milestone I want to hit. But at the same time, there may be 1 or 2 more kids that in this period that I can affect in some type of positive way. Then it's worth coming back. Because I always tell these kids, the way I coach is teaching you how to deal with life situations. So I bring life into basketball and I put basketball into your life. And I try to use analogies. When I had a player come up to me last year, and he had a situation with his girl, and I took that life situation he was dealing with, a pretty serious situation, and threw it into a basketball context. And then he understood what I was oh, I got you, coach. I got you. Okay, I got you. Or sometimes it's vice versa. It could be a basketball situation, but I explained something that has something to do with when they first went and got their license, or something like this. So when they first went and did this, or when they first went and did that. So I really was thinking about being done. No lie, I was thinking about being done. I'm tired. I want to dedicate everything I can into this podcast thing that my brother and I got going. Shout out Smitty. But I feel like it's not time for me to walk away yet. Last year was time I got pulled out of it. Last year was a better time than this year. But I got pulled back into another year. My buddy said, come on, coach, give me another year. Now that, our 7th grade team did so well, he's like, coach, you can't just leave them. You got to see them through the 8th grade. So, as of now, I have to complete this coaching journey that I've started. I firmly believe that if you've ever got into coaching for money, although you could be John Calipari, Coach K, or whatever, making $8, $9, $7 million a year, if you ever got into it for the money and not for the kids, not for your players, not to be a positive influence in their lives, on and off the court, if you didn't get into it for those reasons, and to take your knowledge of the game itself and help kids learn how to play the game the way you feel is the right way, if you didn't get into it for any of those reasons, good for you, man. But, that's a stain on coaching. That's a stain on coaching. Some of the best coaches I ever met got 2 and 3 jobs. I tell y'all a story. One of the best coaches I've worked with is about 23 years younger than me. Coach Rod Stewart. He's now the coach at Barry Goldwater High School at in Phoenix. So I bring him up is because at 19 years old he was coaching one. He was an assistant coach on one of the best high school teams in the state of California, and he was the head JV coach. 19, 20 years old. He opened my eyes up to things about basketball that I never would have thought of. Going into our first high school season together, my son was a freshman. So AJ's a knockdown shooter. Not athletic, not super quick, even to this day. But he can shoot it, but he got a high basketball IQ. But at the time, his handle wasn't that good. Raj said, "Hey, Coach, hey, Tone, big bro, we're going to make we're going to have AJ start at point guard." I was like, bullshit. And I was the head coach, but my health was starting to deteriorate. Then I said, okay, bro, it's going to be your thing, but I'm actually the assistant. Technically, I'm the head coach, but everything kind of flowed through me. So he said, we're going to have AJ play at JV. And I'm sorry, we're going to have not JV. We're going to have AJ start at point guard. I was like, bullshit, no, you're not. He can't handle that. No, he can't handle that. So now I'm doubting my kids. I'm at these practices. I'm seeing the same thing Raj is seeing. But maybe I'm missing something. So Raj is probably, Raj probably 23 years old at the time. And I'm like, man, you crazy. Nah, bro, we ain't gonna do that. So him and AJ convinced me to sign off on AJ playing point guard instead of shooting guard. So now I'm looking at practice from a different lens. And I'm not seeing it. First game of the season, boy almost had a triple-double. He almost had a 14-point trip dub. My point is, Raj saw something that I didn't, and I was open to that. And because of that, I've always respected Raj as one of the, along with a lot of good results he's had, and the tree he worked under, I've always respected him as one of the best coaches I ever worked with. The best coach I know, personally, is Coach Josh Giles, Centennial High School, Corona, California. You guys know who Jared McClain is that played for Duke? He had him for 4 years. Just to give y'all an example. And it's a public school. Just keep that in mind. Coach Giles is one of the best coaches I know personally, and he's one of the best dudes that I know too. People like Coach Giles, Coach Stewart, like I said, Coach Jay Daniels, we can't leave. We have to be lifers. We have to be lifers. There's so many people that we've affected in a positive way at some way or the other that we have to be lifers. And that's just what we have to do in order to keep this coaching carousel going. We have to have people who, the next Coach Giles, the next Coach Stewart, the next Coach Daniels, the next Coach Tony. We have to be grooming those people right now, and let them take their coaching game to a higher level than we did. But when they look back, they know the influence that we had on them. It can't be done without coaching. As your mom is always coaching you on how to be a better daughter and how to be a better student. Your dad is. Life is about accepting coaching. At home, at work, on the court, on the field, in the pool. Everything we do is about accepting coaching. We learn from listening to other people talk about their mistakes or failures or what you should and shouldn't do. That's coaching. That's a form of coaching. So, we have these life coaches. We're all life coaches. If you have a child, you're a life coach. If you're an auntie or uncle, you're a life coach. And somewhere or the other, you're a life coach. Your grandma and grandpa, you're a life coach. Shit, one of my life coaches is my best friend. Shout out Matt McCoy. One of my life coaches, because whenever some shit popping off, he the first one I call. Because he's a lot more reasonable than I am. As people say, I'll pop off. You ain't gonna just talk shit or whatever the case may be. Whereas Matt is a lot more, okay, let's look at things, let's be more rational. And then I listen to him say, okay, Tone, blah, 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 woo to woo. I'm accepting coaching from him. Is what it's all about. So in the end, I just wanted to finish up this little diatribe by just saying, to all you good coaches out there, keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep affecting those players in positive ways. Keep being good role models. If you ain't coaching for the wrong reason, get out or change the reasons why you're there. Thank y'all for listening to me babble a little bit. I'm Big Tone. Thank you.